Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nadia Adam. I'm a Vedic astrologer and psychic medium. So today we are going to talk about Mars transiting sign of Gemini between 14th of March until 10th of May. Of course, as usual, I will divide my explanation into several parts and the timestamp will be in description box. The reason why I decided to make a video about Mars because it's a pretty significant transit during this period, especially the half period of Mars in Gemini. Mercury, the ruler or the depositor of Mars, will be debilitated, and then the second half of it, Mars will be in Aries and retrograde. Okay, sorry, Mercury will be in Aries and retrograding. So you can see the dispositor of Mars, it's pretty much in kind of weak position throughout the whole transit of Mars in Gemini. All right, and because Mars is a slow moving planet, usually it shows there will be a significant and magnificent change and effect will impact all of us, if it's not like 80% of us during this period. All right, so I will repeat, Mars will be in the sign of Gemini between 14th of March until 10th of May. All right, so right now I already set the date to March 17th because will be the time where Mercury will be in Pisces, all right? And until 1st of April. Okay, let us talk about it. Mars in Gemini. Gemini is a sign that has to do with logic, practicality, analytical thinking, right? So everything that has to do with mind and logical approach or something which is more like technical kind of aspect, it has to do with Gemini. So let's say, for example, people who are into IT profession, into engineering, into, let's say, writing, art, you will see they have a strong either Gemini energy or also third house energy, because third house, as usual, it holds the energy of Gemini, regardless of the sign placement of it. All right. So it's all about mental and logical approach. Now, we put Mars on it. Mars is a soldier, is a fighter. He's just there wanting to conquer and just achieving things in life, right? Sometimes Mars can be aggressive and headless, all right? Because again, I just have a desire to attain something and to get something. So I just go ahead and get it. I don't think much about it. So that is Mars, sorry. All right, so that's the reason why, let's say, for example, we have like a Mangalik dosh, right? When Mars is sitting in certain houses, it means that Mars has aggression or has the potential to be illogical in its approach, right? So that's why we have this type of yoga called the Mangalik dosh, right? So now you just combine both of these energies. We have Mars and we have Gemini. What we're going to happen, what we're going to manifest. You will see Mars in Gemini usually does not feel really well because it is the energy of I just want to go ahead and get something and attain it, while Mercurian energy here, it's be like, no, don't do this. You gotta think about it. You gotta calculate. You gotta just like analyze it before you take an action. So Mars here will become more practical in its approach and perhaps unable to take an actions and decisions in the way how it's supposed to be. All right, because again, Mars is about taking action. The logical analytical thinking, it's governed by other planets, I say, like Moon, Mercury, passion is Venus. So having Mars here, it like will be restricting the movement of Mars, will be restricting the power and ignition of Mars. All right, because Gemini, as usual, is an Aries sign, right? And it's symbolized with two faces. Yeah, two faces, two polarities, two personalities. You will start to see Mars here is become very confused when it comes to taking action and decision during this period. And most probably, we all gonna feel some sort of stagnation until the eclipse point happen. We will start to see things will unfold in the very kind of drastic way. All right. Doesn't mean that Mars here, the moon take an action, doesn't mean Mars here is weak, but it will take time to take that certain action. If you have Mars and Mercury, definitely you will start to feel this, or definitely you will be familiar with whatever I'm saying right now. They are not like go-getting. They calculate, they think, they plan before they take any action. All right. Now, what's going on? So we have Mercury is sitting in Pisces, right? And then we have Mars sitting in Gemini. We can see the depositor of Gemini here, which is Pisces, is debilitated. Mercury in Pisces doesn't mean debilitated, that means it's bad. But when it comes to general mundane level of prediction for like a global, this can be a very, very dangerous position for Mercury to get to be. Mercury is governing finance, business, all right? Finance, business, management, anything has to do with money, anything has to do with accountancy, diplomacy, okay? So having Mercury debilitate while Mars here is unable to take that action as that position, you might start to see the economy can get dropped in next period. You might start to see things will kind of stagnant, especially if you are into stock market, if you have a business, if you have investment, you will start to see things it's a bit slow or being stagnant in unexpected way. So the question is, until when we have Mercury in displacement, or until when we're gonna have this stagnation? You might expect it until 1st of April, until Mercury move to Aries. But the issue is that when Mercury move to Aries, it will also start to get retrograde by the end of April, right? Which is around 24th. If let's say we're counting the shadow period, that means started from 20 of April, you will see Mercury also will give you some sort of stagnation and slow inflow, okay, when it's in Aries. So and then at the same time, we're going to have eclipse on 28th of April, and it will retrograde until 10th of May. The whole scenario, the whole situation, we can conclude it that there can be some issues, like literally a major issues will happen, will occur in regards to finance and market. Globally, we're going to start to feel it, all right? Because Mars here is in the Aries sign, right? And then Mercury is naturally is Aries, so it's trying to like kind of sustain itself when it's Aries because it will conjunct Rahu, but yet it won't be able to hold it as much as it can. You will start to see people, let's say for example, they're selling their share. You will start to see people dropping their prices just like in hope, because we have Rahu is illusion. Okay, so they are trying to put like, yeah, you're going to sell this in this price, we're going to do this in that thing, and trying to get new kind of plan, being ambitious, but yet it might manifest in negative way, or it might unfold in different direction that we are looking for. All right, so this is in terms of finance, if we want to talk about it in general mundane level. So now, if we want to talk about psychologically or how people will behave during this period of time, okay? So we have Mercury again, it's in Gemini, and Mars is in Gemini, Mercury is in Pisces, and then will be in Aries. So these two will be very active, right? Mars in Gemini usually is not gonna do well in terms of communication and intellectual skill with people, like negotiation, compromising, let us close this deal, that deal. Mars here, it can give the person an energy of being, I don't want to say aggressive, but it can manifest as aggression. It can manifest as being doubtful. It can manifest as back and forth in our thoughts and our ideas, whether this thing is the right decision or that thing is the better decision, and so on. Okay, let me just change here, because Mercury will be in Pisces anyways. Right now you will start to feel like Mercury in Pisces will be fine in terms of communication up to now, but as a general, you will see people become very emotional, aggression plus emotional, aggression plus being out of logic, aggression plus being very ambition in their thoughts, in their words. Because Pisces is a water, right? It's just going with the flow. So you will see like Mercury will try to flow or swim with the water or swim with the wave. So during this period, I don't think Mercury will have a lot of issues. But when it gets into Aries, okay, let me try to change it. I think it will be around 2nd of April. Right. Okay. Okay, so we're going to have Mercury conjunct Rahu, conjunct Venus, and then Mars itself, it will be in Gemini. All right. Mercury here can be very ambitious in taking action, in taking decision, in taking a leap of faith. But because it's going retrograde, whatever decision, whatever action that you will take between 1st of April until 20 or 19 of April, somehow, somewhere, either you will regret it, either you will get back to it, or either it will get withdrawn. Okay, so as much as this period is nice to take initiation, to take step, but yet you should not be very going about it, or very like optimistic about it, because somehow, some way, something will happen and you will revisit whatever decision that you just take, or you will revisit whatever you thought it's right or it's wrong. Okay, so you will see that between okay, 2nd of April until, let's say, 14th of May. 14th, my God, of May. Okay, let me just do it like this. 14th of, okay, wait a second. Okay, 14th of May. Okay, during this period, you gotta be careful with your thoughts, with the way how you communicate, with the way how you act and behave. In fact, in my opinion, April is the most intense period of the whole year, April and May, because we are gonna have eclipse. So Mercury here will be in Aries, right? Just, I think it will happen around 28th of April. Okay. Okay, Sun, yeah, you can say around 28th or even before 28th. So you can see here, Sun, Jupiter, Mercury, everybody will be in Aries, and eclipse will happen, and Mercury will be retrograde. So you will see a fated event will happen during this time. So by the end of April, you will start to see things will change drastically, unexpectedly, out of your control. So it's better if you can really control your Mercurian energy. That's mean taking initiation of step. Maybe you have to delay it a bit. Traveling, maybe you have to delay it a bit. Or maybe, again, initiation of communication, reconciliation, and whatnot. Just try to delay it or rethink about it before you take any action or any decision, because April and May will be very, very highlighted and significant, because will be the last eclipse axis in Aries and Libra. All right, that's mean there will be a closure of something during this period, wherever the theme is, since March of 2022. Okay, whatever the theme is, somehow, somewhere, it will start to close during this time. So you gotta be careful. Okay, so I mean, yeah, I hope it was helpful. I just felt that I need to tell you guys about this transit because it's very, very significant. However, I will make a post, like a different post about the eclipse, and again, we have even Jupiter moving to Aries on April and so on. We're going to discuss about it in details, but I thought to give you a hint to what to expect of having Mars in Gemini for the next 2.5 months or plus. All right. So I hope it was helpful. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for hearing. And if you're interested to book a personal reading with me, all the details are in description box, and hear from you soon. Thank you. Bye.